Hello, everybody. Welcome to This Week in Falmouth. I am Michael.
And I'm Susan. And it's 4th
Hello
of July
again.
weekend coming up.
Yay. Can you believe it? How fast was that?
I know, really was fast. Really was fast.
Fast during a time that moved like a snail's pace, right?
Yeah,
Between
on a
this whole,
day-to-day, hour-by-hour
when
basis.
you
Yeah,
think about it, it's
it
like,
was so slow. Yeah.
I know. Oh, and what a 4th of July. No fireworks, no big parties and barbecues. It's gonna be a strange 4th of July.
Well, it's going to be good weather and beachy weather, and so it'll be a beachy 4th of July.
Yep, for
Yeah.
sure.
I
I
know
know
I
it's
was
gonna be
out.
busy.
Yeah, it is. I was out at the supermarket today and it was packed with people. So I know
Yeah.
it's going to be busy. There's a lot of people in town and people are stocking up. I looked around at the carriages and there was a lot of barbecue food going on there. So,
No barbecue sauce left
oh,
at the market,
yeah.
right?
No
Cool.
buns.
So is there any other fun stuff going on for the week or the weekend?
Yeah, actually, there's a few things going on. Most of it has to do with clock. They really have developed a robust virtual program for
Excellent.
College Light Opera Company, and there's something that goes on every day, Tuesdays through Sundays, through the end of August. So we'll get started with Thursdays at 10 a.m. from July 2nd to August 22nd. 27th, I'm sorry, will be the digital clock, dance around the clock. And this is, you meet with and this is all on virtual. This is on their Facebook page, and you'll be able to see it on their YouTube channel.
Nice.
But it's live with their choreographer, Caitlin Belchick, for a weekly dance class in your living room. Work off those quarantine pounds and learn some new moves.
Nice.
Sounds interesting, huh?
Nice. It
So
does.
that's Thursdays at 10 o'clock.
Now, what kind of moves? Like ballroom moves or like
Probably
Saturday Night
like
Live
tap,
moves?
tap, ball, chain, swish kind of moves.
All right. Hey, keep you moving, right?
Yeah,
Nice. I
exactly.
like it. Okay.
On Thursdays at 5:30 p.m., July 2nd through August 27th,
Yeah.
Clock is hosting Clock Tales. And that is join alumni as they share a drink with you virtually. They'll sing a few songs and tell a few tales. And again, that's on their Facebook page, or you can see it afterwards on their YouTube channel.
Very nice. Boy,
And then
creative.
it's very creative. Fridays at 8 o'clock, July 3rd through August 28th, you will join their senior staff as they discuss their process and how they approach working in Clock's unique environment. And that is called Off the Clock. On
That's great.
Saturdays 8 p.m., July 4th to August 29th, Clockwork. And that will be, they'll be showing their collaborative content created through weekly assignments for company members to work across departments on interesting virtual projects. And that's Clockwork.
Nice.
And then Sundays, 4 p.m., July 5th through August 30th, this is the second stage orchestra. So patrons can enjoy a reimagining of the concert series at the West Falmouth Library. The Highfield Philharmonic shines in this weekly concert featuring Clock Orchestra members.
That's awesome.
Then, isn't that cool? And then
Yeah, it's really cool.
Tuesdays, June 30th through August 25th at 5:30 on the clock, where you will learn about historic and contemporary topics relating to music, theater, and the performing arts from a special guest. And then finally, Tuesdays at 8 p.m., June 30th through August 25, the Main Stage Vocal Company. Patrons can get an inside look into the work being done by the vocal company members. We'll include highlights from master classes as well as small individual performances. So they pretty much cover the gamut. If you ever wanted to know how theater works, inside out, backward and forward, you've got one day every week, you've got something going on with Clock and you can learn all about it.
That's terrific. That's
Yeah,
just
isn't that
great,
great?
Susan.
That's
Yeah,
very
it's awesome.
creative.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It is awesome.
Talk about making lemonade out of lemons, right? Boy, they're on
Exactly.
it.
Well, what's really interesting about it is I think they're going to probably reach and attract more people than,
Sure.
people are looking for something to do. They'll log on to this. They'll see how great it is. Next year when they have their in-person season, they'll have a
Yeah.
bigger audience. So that'll be nice.
That's great. Good
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah. So this is an event that takes place in person at Highfield. They've started doing some of their things outdoors now, and this is Camp Highfield Arts and Crafts. This is for ages 6 through 10. It's Monday through Thursday, July 6th through the 9th, and then there'll be another session in August, 9 to 12:30, and it's 4 mornings full of arts and crafts for children 6 to 10. They will have a set time for art making and one special guest artist or cook who will teach them how to cook or craft. And weather permitting, most activities will be done outside. And of course, the enrollment is aligned with state guidelines limiting groups of no more than 10 people at a time. So if you're interested in
Excellent.
that for your 6 to 10-year-old child, you should call them up and get them registered.
Nice.
Yeah. Falmouth Museums on the Green is continuing their virtual talks, and on Tuesday, July 7th from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. This is by Zoom. This is the Night of the Assassins with Howard Bloom, and it's the untold story of Hitler's plot to kill FDR, Churchill, and Stalin. The plot takes place in Tehran, 1943. The Allied leaders were staging a meeting, a top secret conference, which the Nazis found out about it. They decided they would take all three at once. And so they handpicked highly trained Nazi assassins, led by the killer known as the most dangerous man in Europe. They parachuted into Iran, and they had 6 days to complete the daring assignment before the statesman returned home. And now the twist, the Nazi plot was exposed. And with no margin for error and little time to spare, the head of FDR's Secret Service had to work with a Soviet agent to prevent this from happening. So this sounds interesting, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. A lot of intrigue there. I like it.
Yep. An impossible
Nice.
mission, a ticking clock, and nonstop suspense.
Oh,
So yeah,
that sounds pretty cool.
That's
Yeah.
Falmouth Museums on the Green, and those are free. You just have to pre-register, and then they'll send you the Zoom information.
Nice.
And then finally, FCTV is hosting the Ukulele Project online class. So if you've ever wanted to play the ukulele, a la Tiny Tim.
Remember time? And what was it? Miss Vicky, right? Wasn't it Miss Vicky?
Tiptoed through the tulips.
Tulips.
Yeah. Anyway, that starts Tuesday, July 7th, and from 7 p.m. to 8:15, and runs for 6 Tuesdays. It is by Zoom, and it will be taught. It will be taught by Steve Gregory, who's a well-known instructor, and the classes will culminate with a special online concert featuring the participants performing songs they learned. There is a fee, and you do have to sign up ahead of time, and you do have to supply your own ukulele. So fctv.org for information.
Love it. That is so creative. That is so cool.
Isn't that cool? And so that's it.
Nice. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool. So, while we got people on, we want to just kind of say too, next week we're going to be with the coinciding with phase 3, we're going to have a limited reopening of the chamber.
Mm-hmm.
What we're going to be doing is the building itself and the visitor center inside will be closed. So people will not be allowed into the building. We have a very small space in the front. It'd be very, very difficult to keep 6 foot between people. And then, of course, people coming in and touching brochures and all that. And we've asked our volunteers, most of whom are in the high-risk category, who have agreed to come back to answer the phones, because our phone traffic has become, as you can imagine, pretty heavy. We'll be in answering the phones between 10 to 4. But in a way to service our members and get their information out, and to also service visitors and people who are here, Maura and I will be out on the portico. We'll be out under right here in back of me, as you can see. We've roped off the portico between the columns. We'll be out there in a mask and gloves, and we'll have the most commonly asked for items, guidebooks, maps, ferry schedules as we get them. We still have not received a lot of updated stuff. And if people need something specific, we'll go inside and get it and bring it out to them. We'll be directing people to the public restrooms at Peg Noonan Park, which remain open 7 days a week. And we'll be there to greet and to make sure that we are referring people to our members and And that's what we're going to be doing through probably most of the summer until we get into phase 4.
Great, great.
And that'll start on Monday,
Right.
assuming that the governor goes ahead with phase 3. So,
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, that sounds good. And I
yeah,
will continue to, as you are getting a lot of phone calls, I am getting a lot of emails that come through the website, and I am referring our members and answering visitor questions and things through email, and I will continue to doing that, sometimes from the office there, but definitely from home here.
right. Yeah.
Mhm.
And, the other thing too is, we've started distributing our guidebook to all the other chambers and the visitor centers. And, everything is getting out there. So if you do have some information, give us a call. We'll make arrangements for you to drop it off, and we'll make sure that we get your stuff out to people.
Mhm. Yeah, sounds like a plan.
All right.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess, have a great 4th of July.
You too. Yeah, everybody have a good 4th of July. Good, safe, but happy 4th of July. Hmm.
Absolutely. We'll
Yeah.
talk to you next week.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.